Hi, I'm Dr. Dustin Gay. I'm a local orthopedic surgeon with Houston Clinic Orthopedics, and we'd really like to invite everybody to come out to our new office facility to take a look at it. It's a larger space with physical therapy, and we're just excited to have it, and we'd love for people to come out and visit us.
Come by and see us today at our brand new location, the Houston Clinic, Medical Drive in Dublin. Welcome everybody. We're out here today at Hilburn Park, and this is something that I have with me Eva Martin. Eva, this is something I've never covered, I've never been a part of, but I've been out here watching, and it looks like a lot of fun. I'm talking about pickleball. Now, it's really caught on, hasn't it?
Absolutely, sir. This sport has grown within our community, but also across the United States, and it's one of the fastest growing sports. It's fun, it's healthy, and it literally has saved people's lives, especially during the pandemic.
Yeah. Oh, I can see it. Being locked down, not doing things we want, but this is an outdoor sport, so it's relatively safe.
Absolutely, absolutely. In fact, they've done scientific studies that show that the Omicron virus, coronavirus, does not sit on that ball or other surfaces that were here. So we definitely have a safe sport, and best of all, a fun sport as well. And it activates vitamin D, which is great for your immune system.
Yeah. I would have never have known these facts if I hadn't have been at the city council meeting here recently and got to hear y'all talk about it. And then I said, this pickleball. Went home and told my wife about it. And then I told you this off the air, but we were at Dick's Sporting Good last week in Atlanta, and they've dedicated a whole section of pickleball. So I'm thinking city council, I hear about it, Dick's Sporting Good. I got to get with Eva and find out what the heck is. And Dr. Cucapella, she mentioned it last week. I was shooting a commercial out at Central Georgia Primary Care, and it just seems like across the board, it's all kind of people playing.
Absolutely. It's multi-generational. We have kids out here that are 4 or 5 years old, all the way up to 78 years old. And this is one of the safe things that you can ask a woman, how old are you? Because age does make a difference, and the better players are the older players.
And you've got the paddle in your hand there. And tell us, I know you're watching this on television, you see the paddle, but tell us, it's bigger than a ping pong paddle, but talk about the paddle.
Sure. There are requirements for the paddle. It cannot be more than 24 inches total length and width. It's kind of like a racquetball paddle, much lighter than a tennis racket, so that it's safer, it's easier on your joints, and that's one of the reasons why pickleball is, I think, so adaptable to the older population. It's a graphite paddle. It's only about 8 to 9 ounces on the average. And the good thing about pickleball is you can pay very little for a paddle, get 4 paddles for under $60. The balls, which is a wiffle ball, is a very light ball, inexpensive. And I think that's also why it's allowed the sport to grow so well. It's adaptable across the board.
Mm-hmm. So what's the most have full disclosure here, I got to back up. When we walked out on the court, I'm going to tell you, everybody started bowing. And I was kind of embarrassed, but they wasn't bowing for me. They was bowing for you. And I'm joking about that part. But obviously I can tell you're a pretty good player. And I should say better than pretty good. You're really good.
I've worked at it, and it's thanks to my partner and co-ambassador, Melissa Baker, who introduced me to the sport back in September 2019. But also, we've worked with Macon Pickleball, and they have great teachers as well. They have round robins almost every day. They have tournaments that allow everybody at every level to learn, play more, and the more you play, the better you get. And then Melissa and I also are able to teach people on the court. We give lessons. We have our free beginner clinics every month that individuals can sign up to, and they can text us and get a spot on the clinics. And that's also grown the sport within our community.
Okay. I'm not comparing it to tennis, but it kind of makes me think of tennis. Let's say somebody's watching and they're saying, I'm terrible at tennis. I've tried for years. I can't play tennis. What about pickleball versus tennis? Is it easier, harder, what?
It's definitely more adaptable, even to individuals that have never played a sport at all. Don't be intimidated about it. Just come out and learn. And because it's a smaller court, the court is only about 1/3 the size of a tennis court. You get a lot more playing time. The ball is lighter, the paddle is lighter, and there are much easier, adaptable activities in pickleball compared to tennis. So don't give up. If you can't swing a golf club, if you can't swing a tennis racket, give pickleball a try, and I guarantee you won't be disappointed.
Well, let's talk about the ball a little bit. I hadn't been hit yet, but as you can tell in the background, they're playing pickleball, and I was out on the court shooting B-roll a while ago that you're watching some of that too. So I've not been hit yet, but they told me a while ago, if you get hit, James, it won't hurt long. So
That's correct, but we do always suggest that people wear safety glasses because things ricochet. People don't intentionally try to hit somebody else, but safety is a big factor. So we always encourage good shoes, glasses especially, and if you do get hit, you just apologize or understand that people aren't targeting you.
That's right. That's right. Nobody do that anyway, so intentionally. But let's take a quick break. We'll come back and talk more about pickleball. Stay with us.
Whether you're a Braves fan or a Dogs fan, it feels good to be a winner. I'm Don Carswell, and you'll have fun with a winning deal from Dublin Chevy Nissan. Come and see our championship selection of new and pre-owned trucks here at Dublin Chevy Nissan. Titan or Frontier, it's your choice. Sierra or Silverado, you're the winner. For the W, all you have to do is call, click, or come in. And remember, Don sells cars well, only at Dublin Chevy Nissan.
The City of Dublin Natural Gas provides the most cost-efficient source of energy available today. So for your home, choose the most natural resource. Safe, clean, efficient. All new subdivisions around the Dublin area have natural gas available. Start reducing your energy bills today with Dublin City Natural Gas Department. Natural gas, the smart choice. Call 277-5048 today and let us help you start saving today. Welcome back, everybody. If you're just joining us, I have with me Eva Martin. We're out here at Hilburn Park, and we're playing well, let me back up. They're playing pickleball. I'm not playing pickleball, but I'll have to tell you, watching them out here, Eva, it seems like it would be addicting once you started.
Yes, that is the caveat that we tell all beginning students, that this will become an addiction. Your husbands or partners may not see you at home as much. You might find more meals in the kitchen waiting for you, because once you get started on this, it can become an addiction. Some people play 2 or 3 times a day.
Wow. Well, I say get your husband, spouse, wife, whatever to come play with you, and that'll get you off the couch. That'll get you out in front of it, and we're on television, I know, but it gets you out in front of that television, get you out doing something.
Absolutely. With the caveat again that playing with your partner can be a high-risk sport, because sometimes discussions and disputes happen on the court with your partner.
Okay, I was really paying attention at the Dublin City Council meeting a few weeks ago when Don Avery spoke, and some of y'all spoke. I saw doctors there. I saw regular lay people there like me, and so I heard a lot of different sides to it. There's a lot of health benefits. Go through those for me.
Well, part of the health benefits, again, you're outdoors, so that activates your vitamin D stores, which helps your immune system to combat bacteria, viruses, etc. It also increases your lung capacity, and with the range of motion, when we start play, for example, we warm up, we do stretches, and if you don't think that you're 16 and have to outstretch for a ball, then you won't get hurt. So all of that's important, but also it assists with depression for individuals, and there's some studies that show that it helps Parkinson's patients. Wow. Just as an aside, this sport is also an adaptive sport. It is played in the adaptive wheelchair games at the VA. So one of the things that we're looking to do, for example, with the new director is to consider having wheelchair games, which can be played not just by 4 wheelchair players, but it can be a non-adaptive person with a wheelchair individual. And so we could have the national games here in Dublin if we worked on it. Oh,
that'd be wonderful. Speaking of games, the Olympics is this week, and I understand this could possibly be a part of the Olympics in the future.
Absolutely. The discussion is that potentially it could be a spectator sport in 2024, which is very quick, most likely in 2028. And that's all based on sponsorships and viewerships, and that's just expanding tremendously. So I think for sure by 2028, which will be in Los Angeles, we will definitely see pickleball.
Okay, we talked off camera about it. You said about 300 or so people in Dublin, Orange County area?
At least. I mean, there's
that
no
you
way to
maybe know about.
exactly, and all different levels. You know, like after Christmas time, we noticed a huge uptick. Santa Pickleball must have gifted everybody in their stocking some pickleball paddles
Santa's
and balls.
a pickleball player.
Absolutely, he's a pickleball player.
How much more famous than that, huh?
But it's like I said, it's an affordable sport, and grandkids can play with granddad or grandmas multi-generationally. And when you go to visit somebody, there's a way to know if there are any pickleball courts in that area. So we've had people from San Diego, from Key West, from San Francisco. There's an app called Places to Play that you can freely put on your phone, and it'll tell you any vicinity where you're at, those courts, how many courts, what their times are. And that's a great USAPA app for anybody to download.
Good. Speaking of courts, I sit with Dr. Fred Williams at the city council meeting, and he must have got excited about it. Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, I heard from Marcia Dixon, who is the vice president of our Dublin Pickleball Association, that she and Dr. Williams have had discussions, and the gym, which is located just right behind us, currently is going to be adapted to potentially have 3 indoor pickleball courts, which would be great because if it's raining, if it's windy, doesn't matter. We're going to be out here, and that's just an amazing transition from one meeting. Somebody heard about being able to increase the courts using an unused space, and then be able to bring pickleball to the high school to develop a wellness program with them. The USAPA organization has grant programs for high schools and a community where we can purchase equipment for that high school and develop wellness programs. So I look forward to working with Dr. Williams to be able to apply for that and make it happen.
Well, that's going to be wonderful, have indoor. And that's one of the things y'all were asking for, is the city to look at possibly getting some indoor courts and more courts too. But if you don't know how much fun you can have at pickleball, I know you're hearing the screams and the yells and I see instead of high five and they high paddle. That's what
correct. The etiquette of after you play a game is that all 4 people come to the net and softly touch each other's paddle and always give reinforcement. No matter if you got skunked or matter if you got hit, you know that everybody's playing their game and you're playing your best game with your opponents as well as your partners.
Yeah, and I heard it on one of the courts, the furthest one behind us. The woman said, well, I can't remember the score, and the other lady on the other side said, it don't matter. So, see, I like that. They're out here playing, and I know you keep score, but, you know, it gets to a point, they're having fun. Does it really matter at certain levels whether you win or lose? But I know on this court closest to us, they're pretty doggone competitive. So.
Yes, they are. The scoring is one of the things that is a little different than tennis. There's 3 numbers. So the first number is the player's score, the second number is your opponent's score, and the third number is whether you are the first server or the second server. That's probably the most confusing part for beginners, but the good thing about playing with other people who've played before is they'll take care of that for you.
Yeah.
It's not, don't get all anxious about it, just have fun. And pickleball, you can be behind by 9 points and you can still win. That's the great thing. It's per point focus and just have fun.
Okay, from there forward, okay, you got 2, we're playing doubles here. So how do you score? Let's go through that part.
All right, so scoring is, you only score when you are serving the ball, okay? And you have 2 people on each side. Typically, if you win your first score, the score is 1-0-1 because I'm the first server.
Okay.
If I win that point, I move over to the other side of the court and I continue to serve until I lose that serve. Then my partner gets to try. So each side gets 2 chances with each of their players to keep scoring. You can play to 15, you can play to 11, and generally you win by 2 points.
So if it gets to 10-9 and the 9 scores 10, then you got 11-10, do you have to win by 2?
Yes, unless you decide ahead of time that you're only going to win by 1, which sometimes can happen if the courts are full and we're trying to get more people on the courts and have other people get off the court. So sometimes you can shorten that just to make it more equitable for more people to play if there's a waiting line.
Ooh, that's good. You may say it's kind of complicated. It's really not once you think about it. As you was talking and I was thinking through the score versus ping pong or versus tennis or whatever, you know, it's not that difficult. But like Eva said, don't get caught up in that. You'll figure that out. Just get out here, start exercising. You'll feel better about yourself.
Absolutely. And make friends.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's a big playground of adults right now.
Now, where I see it, as far as I'm concerned, people my age maybe, and I'm almost 62, I walk a lot. I try to walk 3, 4, 5 miles a day. And that's mostly for cardiovascular, but I see this is helping with cardiovascular.
Oh, absolutely. There are studies that show that you actually end up playing 5 to 7 times more physically in pickleball than tennis. So in tennis, you're chasing the ball that just went past you. But in this game, there's more back-to-back playing. And cardiovascular definitely makes a difference for someone who's in, you know, relatively good shape. By the way, I'm 69. I'm a whole lot older than you are. So no excuses.
That's right. No, there is no excuses. But, hey, we're going to take another break and come back and wrap things up. And I'm really going to ask Eva a very hard question now. Stay with us. You're going to want to see what the answer to that question is. She's looking at me now. Maybe I'll run, but stay with us. We'll be back right after this.
Hi, I'm Dr. Daniel Avery. I just want to say how excited I am to have the opportunity to work here at Central Georgia Primary Care. I'm just a stone's throw away from where I was previously, right next to Paul's Tire. You can call to get an appointment at that phone number, or you can come by and we'll be more than happy to get you scheduled.
This is really exciting. This is something new to our community, relatively new. But I'm talking with Eva Martin, and she is the guru. And she didn't say that. I just hear everybody else saying that. Okay, I said I was going to ask Eva a hard question, but now I know Don Avery, our CEO at Fairview, plays pickleball. How can Don play?
Don is a very avid learner. We would call him an improving player. Okay, now
He's being nice.
Don's out here on the tennis wall back there. We have a practice wall, and he's out here sooner than anybody before we start playing. So he's taking lessons. He has his own bucket of balls, and he's really working really hard at it. And he's a great, amiable person to play with. And I'm not employed by Don. He's not my boss. So
that's right.
No, but he's a fun person to play with, and he epitomizes pickleball, being very gracious, learning, getting better every time, and coming back to play consistently.
And see, that's the thing. No matter who you are, what level you're at, what age you're at, we've already told our ages here, so it don't matter if you're 15 or 55 or whatever. But you're right about that. Don is going to have fun at anything he does.
Absolutely.
And I think that's a lot as I got here today, watching not only they were some of them competitive, more competitive than others, but more than anything, the smiles on their faces and the fun they were having.
Right. That's right. It takes away wrinkles too, so that's always good.
She just sold me there. I mean, that's something that, and you know, with men, I can't speak for women, but another reason I walk is something they call metabolism. That slows down in someone's body. I hadn't figured it out yet, but I know it's harder for me to keep weight off. Right. And I'm not a big person, but people say, why do you need weight, James? I end up weighing more than I want to. That's the thing.
Well, there's, again, more health benefits. We've had a lot of individuals who've lost weight, and I'm saying 15, 20, 30 pounds. Yeah. Individuals who've gotten off of their lipid-lowering medications, they've equalized their blood sugars. So lots of benefits across the board.
Yeah, great health benefits. Fun, healthy. What more can we say other than, okay, people watching us right now, they're saying, I want to play pickleball. I want to get involved. You've already said the paddles are not that expensive. You said you can buy a few for $60, 3 or 4 paddles. And I'm sure you can go on up and spend much as you want. But how does someone get involved in pickleball?
Well, Every month, Melissa Baker, who is the co-ambassador as I am, we have a free pickleball clinic that we offer. We supply the balls, the paddles, and we take between 8 to 12 individuals at those clinics. You can text me at 478-278-2398, and we'll put you on the list. And if we've got too many, we can try to get some volunteers from our Dublin Pickleball Association to increase the clinic or put you on a waiting list for the next month.
Wouldn't that be exciting when you got to solicit more people and have more of these seminars trying to learn? So, and don't you think the shirt, the sweatsuit is really cool? I like the logo. And as we're talking about this, I'm actually killing time because we've got the number on the screen there. And if you don't have a pen in your pocket, I want you to go get it. So we're leaving the number up for you before we close out, because I really want you to call that number and get involved in this. Is there anything that I hadn't asked that you might want to bring out?
No, just support your pickleball family, and we apologize if you're not getting home-cooked meals anymore, but you can always bring them out here to the courts and be spectators. You may not be able to play, but it's a great spectator sport as well.
And it doesn't matter if it's cold or hot. You heard a while ago, raining, hail, snow, sleet, whatever. Because it's a little chilly today. It was really cold this morning. I feel good because I got a coat on. But when I got here this morning, it said 39 degrees on my dash, and there's people out here playing pickleball.
Oh yeah, we played Friday. It was 24 degrees out here. It's called the layered look. Yeah.
Woo. I'm glad we did this today. We were going to do this interview this past Friday, and Eva texted me. I think you texted me, emailed me, whatever, but and asked me to swap to today. And when you did that, I was thinking Friday morning. I said, "Oh my gosh, I would have been out on that pickleball court, and I would have been here, if you wanted me." But we had swapped it today for other reasons. But well, this is exciting. Eva Martin, you're kind of the co-chair, I guess. You called it something else.
Ambassador.
Co-ambassador. And we talked about most everything. Last thing I want to ask you, though, do you think maybe next year this could be an event in St. Patrick's?
It's an event this year.
Oh,
at
good.
St. Patrick's.
I didn't know that.
Yes, sir. We had our first tournament in October of last year. We had over 100 people that registered from all across the United States. March 12th and March 13th is our second, and it's the Shamrock Smash.
Okay.
And to register for that tournament, you go to www.pickleballbrackets.com. It's also posted on our door here at Hilburn, but it's a great tournament, a lot of great fun to play, and that'll be March 12th and 13th.
And that's a sanctioned event for St. Patrick's?
Sanctioned event, sanctioned by the Georgia Pickleball Association, absolutely.
Good. Good. This is wonderful. They're back on the court behind us, you can tell. And Eva, we've done basically a 30-minute show, and they didn't hit us. So either they like us or they're really good, and it's probably a combination of both.
It's accuracy, it's placement, and it's kindness.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you so much for talking with me today.
Thanks.
I was excited about coming out here today and for myself and learning about pickleball, and I hope you've learned something today. And we want to thank Eva. We want to thank the Pickleball Association here and all the players, and we want to thank Dr. Williams. So many people have gotten involved, and you're going to see more and more courts, aren't we?
Absolutely, absolutely. And a lot of that is with the support of our new mayor and city council and the visionary positivity of this community and the leaders that take us there.
Okay, thank you, Eva.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us today right here on TV 35.
Good morning, Dublin and Lawrence County. My name is Richard Nesbitt, and this is Fran Wells, and we're here at the Oconee Gym and Football Field. the home of the mighty Trojans. We are here to let you know we are kicking off the Black History Festival with a health fair. I'm gonna turn it over to Fran and she's gonna give you more details.
We're here at the Oconee Gym to start out our Black History Month and celebration of the year. Our first event will be held February 12, 2022 from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., which will be a health fair symposium. We're asking everyone to come out and take part of this great event. We'll be talking about your physical health, your mental health, your spiritual health, and your home health. We will have a healthy, fun weekend. Please come out and be with us along with Dr. Jerry Daniels, Mental Health, Dublin Fire Department, Shakima Lane Bibbins, nurse practitioner at the VA Hospital, Attorney Vernon Smith, Dudley Funeral Home, Healthy Start, Habitat for Humanity, Wings, Pearson's Personal Home Health Care, a jazz class, and South Central Health District, and many, many more. And we will be serving light refreshments. Yes, we have it all in store for you, so come on out, take part of this great event, and it's for everyone of Dublin, Lawrence County. We look forward to seeing you in this event and all other events during the year. Thank you.
The kind of hot topics are things called patient-specific implants and instruments, which is where we use imaging like CT scans and MRIs to measure people's bone and look at the shapes of their bones, and then make implants and devices we use to implant the knee or hip replacement based on that particular person. And just about every company has that available, and people use it to varying degrees just based on, again, the patient's anatomy and whether there's some reason that you really need that extra assistance. There's also robotics that is starting to come out into the orthopedic world that's been in the general surgery world for a while now. We're starting to use robotic arms to do things like to help us make the cuts and shape the bone so the implants fit well.